Alright, so we all know that my car doesn't start on wet, rainy days. We already went over that shit, right? I made proof of video of that shit. Classic symptoms of moisture getting into an ignition or electrical component that should stay dry. I have no money to get my car fixed. I have no job. I have signs on the back of my fucking car that say, please hire me with my phone. I don't have time to sit on a fucking computer and fill out applications. No, I can't do that. I can't sit online all fucking days filling out jobs. I just can't. It irritates me. I cannot sit inside all day filling out applications. It irritates the fuck out of me. I cannot sit on a computer all fucking day doing random. I like being out and about. I don't like sitting home doing menial, boring shit. Laundry, watching TV. Classic symptom, I should say classic symptoms, of moisture getting into an ignition or electrical components that should stay dry. When it's damp outside, water can create tiny shorts or weak connections, and when it's dry, everything works fine again. Common culprits include old spark plug wires or ignition coils. I have no money to go out and buy any of that shit. Moisture gets into tiny cracks in the insulation, causing the spark to leak to ground instead of firing the plug. Distributor cap, if the car has one. Condensation inside the cap prevents proper spark distribution. Wet or corroded electrical connectors. Ground wires, battery terminals, or ignition module connectors may not make good contact when damp. Cracked coil pack or ignition module. Moisture seeps in and disrupts the spark. Failing crankshaft or camshaft position sensor. Some sensors become intermittent when they absorb moisture. That's probably the reason why. Quick tests. Try starting it in the wet at night with the hood open. Look for sparks arcing along ignition wires or coils. Arcing? Is that even a word? I try starting my car when the roads are when it's wet outside. My driveway is also wet, so I go out in daytime. You know, when the ground is wet, and try starting it. Nope. We already went over that shit, right? You saw the video of me trying to start it when the ground is wet. We already went over that shit. Spray a mist of water from a spray bottle on the ignition components while it's dry and see if it's starting up. Helps pinpoint the leak. Drying it with a hairdryer on the ignition system. Do hairdryers even exist? I haven't seen a hairdryer since like what? The 80s or 90s? I have not seen a fucking hairdryer since the 80s or 90s. Do they even exist nowadays? Do hairdryers even exist? I don't know. I haven't used one since the 80s and 90s, so I don't know. I don't go around going from store to store. Excuse me, do you have any hairdryers? Yeah, I don't do that. Drying it with a hairdryer on the ignition system, especially coil distributor area, may temporarily fix it and confirm the issue. Again, I don't go from store to store asking about hairdryers. I don't even have a long extension cord. I don't have extension cords. Fix. If it's an older vehicle, like mine is, with plugs, wires, or distributor, replace the wires, cap, and rotor. Cheap and usually fixes it. Again, I have no money. None of you live my life. None of you out there live my life. You don't know what I go through every day. I don't have a job. I have signs in the back of my car that say, please hire me, yet nobody calls me. I see people taking pictures all the time. All the time, but nobody ever fucking calls me. I don't have time to sit home on a fucking computer all day, every day. It annoys the shit out of me. It annoys the shit out of me. I like being out and about every day, not stuck at home on wet, rainy days. I have no money to fix my car. It's a 2002 Ford Focus hatchback wagon. SE. 2002 Ford Focus SE hatchback wagon. If it's a newer car, which I don't have a newer car, with coil unplug, I don't even know what that means. Inspect coils and boots for cracks or corrosion and replace as needed. Clean and sealed. My battery is always clean and sealed. Ground connections with dielectric greases. Whatever the fuck that meant. But yeah, this was the email that I got from some random person. Classic symptoms of moisture getting into ignition or electrical components that should stay dry. When it's damp outside, water can create tiny shorts or weak connections, and when it's dry, everything works fine again. Common culprits include spark plug wires or ignition coils. Moisture gets into tiny cracks in the insulation, causing the spark to leak to ground instead of firing the plug. I have no money to get my car fixed. None whatsoever. None. I am not a mechanic. I don't know a goddamn thing about fixing cars. I ain't no fucking mechanic. Only thing I would probably know how to do is maybe change an air filter. Or maybe a battery. That's just about it. Or maybe let's say the brake light goes out like in the back of your car, or somebody says, oh, you have a light out. Okay. I'll go to a parts store and get like a bulb or something. That's easy. Distributor cap, if your car has one. I don't know. Condensation inside the cap prevents proper spark distribution. Wet or corroded electrical connectors. Ground wires, battery terminals, or ignition module connectors may not make good contact when damp. Classic symptoms of moisture getting into an ignition or electrical components that should stay dry. When it's damp outside, water can create tiny shorts or weak connections, and when it's dry, everything works fine again. I have no money to get my car fixed. None. I don't have time to sit home and fill out job applications or whatever. I just don't. I like being out. I can't. I am one of those people who I just cannot stay home every day. I can't do it. I don't like staying home day after day. I cannot idly sit home every day and do absolutely fucking nothing. I cannot sit home every day doing absolutely nothing, filling out job applications, watching. No, I can't do that. I can't. It just fucks with me. I can't sit home filling out job app. I can't. Yeah, I got a computer. I go to sit down. I'm up within 5 minutes. I cannot do it. I cannot sit at my computer all day filling out forms. I can't do it. I sit down, 5 minutes, I'm back up again. I cannot do it. It's fucking cold and rainy out because it rained last night. Here it is, November 3rd. I cannot. It rained last night on the 2nd. I don't like sitting home filling out forms on my fucking computer. I just cannot do it. I need to be out and about doing something, anything. Driving around, maybe hang out with friends, if I had any friends. If I had any, I don't know anybody here. All I have is a social worker. That's all I have. I don't know anybody else here. I used to have case managers, but they ditched me. They just up and left me and didn't even give me any new ones. I had 2 case managers, and they just signed me off, right? I had 2 case managers, and they just, they worked with me for a while, and then poof, gone. Poof, gone. They were supposed to set me up with new case managers, and they didn't. I found myself a social worker. I was at the library one day, and I heard her speaking, blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, you're a social worker? Can you help me? So she put me on her list. I don't like sitting home doing absolutely fucking nothing. I have a shitbox car. When I was still up in New York, I had a Ford Taurus. Nice blue Ford Taurus. It worked fine. I drove it from there all the way down to Pennsylvania. My mom's son-in-law, her boyfriend or son-in-law, he got me this shitbox of a fucking car that does not start when the ground is fucking wet. How the fuck am I supposed to get to work when my car doesn't start? Huh? Tell me. When it's wet outside, when the ground is wet, my car does not start. I have no money to fucking fix it. Why do you ask? Because nobody will fucking hire me. You see now why I'm so fucking angry and pissed off all the time? Do you see now why I'm so angry and pissed off all the time? Let's say I get a job. Do you have reliable transportation? Yes or no? No, I do not. I have no money to get my car fixed. Okay, bye, see you. Fuck you! Fuck you! You don't want to hire me? Fuck you! Get on your hands and knees and suck my cock! I have no money to get my car fixed. I don't have any money to get my car fixed. I have no job. Nobody wants to hire me. I don't have time to sit at home every day on my computer filling out form. I can't. It just bothers the hell out of me. Bothers the fuck out of me. I sit down, I'm back up again. I can't do it. I can't. I gotta be out doing something instead of sitting home bored watching. I can't do that. I can't. I don't have any money to get my car fixed. Anybody out there want to help me? Anybody out there want to help me? Send me an email. You can't see me at gmx.com. You can't see me. You can't see me at gmx.com.